Well, welcome back, Kingsman, to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4. This one was sent up by Steely Dan, and I figured I'd check it out, you know? And I've already been looking at these armies, guys. This is gonna be an interesting one. And maybe it's gonna be a steamroll for the, maybe the coalition gonna get steamrolled because the French are bringing, like, I think they said heavy cav. And then everybody brought heavy cav. They're like, okay, everybody bring like a couple heavy cav. And then like Lons here has 4 cuirassiers. And then other France, Massena is bringing some carabiniers and some cuirassiers. And then you have Russia, which is joining them. I don't think he has a whole lot of cav actually. He just has some dragoons. And yeah, but then you have Saxony here in the back, and they have, well, Garde du Corps, that's heavy. They have Chevaliers and more Chevaliers. So the cavalry for this French side is just heavy. It's just a heavy sprinkling of heavy. They do have one Chasseur Cheval. Like, maybe they can't bring a lot of lights. Maybe I should fast forward here. Although, here we go. So we're starting to see, oh yeah, of course, who they're going up against. We have 3 Austrian armies and 1 UK army. They will be facing on Bohemia 2. And obviously I may have started the recording too early because we're still not seeing a lot from Austria. But we are starting to see them pouring up here. Got their artillery. Love this positioning. They have the hill, they have their infantry ready to defend it. I wonder if these are, looks like some sappers with their black hats. It kind of reminds me of, in the American Civil War, the Iron Brigade have hats kind of like this. I'm forgetting which keys go to what. But yeah, it's some sappers setting up the artillery position, making it strong. Throwing up some stakes as these, I think these are like 6-pounders are setting up, but yeah, they're gonna put the stakes, make sure the cav can't just rush in. I doubt the French are gonna attack this position head on. They're probably gonna try to swing around the flank. Now we do have what looks like the rest of Austria and the UK pushing up here, so, and just so you guys know, the coalition has, I saw some of the names, so there's like Philippe, Lechang, B squared, and who was the other one? All I'm going to say is there are some good players on the coalition side. So, I'm very excited to see how this battle's going to go. I think it's going to be a very close one. I think it should be very good either way. And, yeah, if you have any snacks or drinks you want to grab, you can always hit pause the video, grab those. I'd advise to get them now. You probably have time even to do them with video still playing, but yeah, let's maybe fast forward. Artillery obviously pushing up here. We do have some of the dragoons of Russia pushing up, possibly trying to, you know. Okay, maybe I don't need to fast forward here. Looks like he's going to try scouting down this road, as that's where his army is going to be rolling, as well as Saxony, possibly. He doesn't have a lot of cav, and what is he hitting? Some Chevaliers. Now, the Austrian Chevaliers have become very awesome with 9.1. They are very deadly, I feel. Maybe I didn't play enough Austria in the last patch, but we do have Lons getting shelled here. He is taking some losses, not a lot of losses, as he's possibly going to just be setting up and waiting, maybe setting up his artillery. I think he likes this whole open area. And obviously he does not want his cav getting hit by artillery, which is why it's hanging so far back. I suspect they're going to go for a really hard hitting strategy where they throw an infantry and then the cav just supports it and they just go in for melee. They're going to need to screen the army a little bit though, because Austria is going to start scouting, and if they can see all this cav, they guarantee you they're going to put their artillery on it. And cavalry does not do well against artillery. Wow, what a juicy hit. Lons does not need to take this, I don't think. Like, maybe you want to fall back a little bit. You're giving them free kills. Granted, not a lot, but, you know, they're starting to get a couple here. And there goes more. Did they kill the officer? I think they killed the officer. No, he's right here. They killed the flag bearer. How dare they? What did he do? He's just carrying a piece of cloth. But yeah, we have Saxony going far flank. Skirmishers firing at those dragoons. Dragoons did not want to engage that. They lost one, but now here comes the rest of the Austrians. So you can see them rolling down the hill. My goodness, all these skirms here. This is going to be a problem for this cavalry. But yeah, we do have Austria going to form up here. Looking at the terrain, it definitely slightly favors the French. There's a slight slope here. Not by much, but it's a slight slope facing down with a clump of trees, which looks like France has stuck their cavalry, chasseurs cheval, in. Their infantry kind of still sitting here. I think Lons is going to wait and see where Massena is going to go. We also do have, I believe, Bernadotte. Yeah, right here. But Russia and Bernadotte are going far right, so they're splitting themselves a little bit here. I don't think that the coalition realizes it, or else they may actually try pressuring Lons on the far left. Now, I don't know if Saxony actually has enough cavalry to really support a heavy strike. I think they're going to use the masses of infantry, the masses of Russian infantry here, and try to maybe fight a standstill, maybe get in melee, who knows. Austria's friend right now is the fact that they need to stay away from the French and Russians. They need to be able to shoot and keep themselves at shooting range, and that's about it. Now look, more artillery is setting up. We have some more artillery pushing up. Wow. They are setting up quite the massive grand battery here. We do have more skirmishers firing. Oh, they took out another one. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Now, the Saxon, I believe it's a Saxon, right? Yeah, these are, oh, hold on. Oh. Cavalry just charged in here. Chasseurs cheval charging in against the Austrian line infantry. Not gonna really work. You're a light cav against masses of Austrian lines. So yeah, they're gonna get their self out of there. And Lon seems to still be just cool sitting for now. He is starting to take losses here. Lon's really taking losses. I would fall back. You don't need to take this right now. Your losses are being inflicted upon you, and you haven't even engaged the enemy. And more artillery setting up. I would definitely fall back. Look at this. Look at this huge battery placement. I don't know where they're firing. Ah, there it is. Okay, yeah. Lons is just getting pulverized now. Majority of his units have lost a couple men. I mean, these guys have lost a ridiculously large amount of men. I don't know if this is like his cheap infantry and he's okay with sacrificing it, but I don't know. Giving the enemy free kills has never been something I'm okay with. Maybe, like I said, maybe they're trying to be a distraction in letting their infantry sit here while then, you know, Massena gets on the left flank and they push and flank. Maybe he's supposed to keep their occupied interest. We do have Austria now realizing they're coming up against the Russians. Interesting rivalry there, I guess you could say. But look at that. Russian horde. And skirmishers firing as well, engaging each other. This could be an opportunity. I foresee that Russia could probably get some kills against the skirmishers, especially as they are engaging his skirmishers. Of course, you see the Chevaliers are defending, but still, he could basically get these guys pulverized between two cav forces. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do there. We do have Austria. Looks like they're shifting more troops over here, so Russia may be getting hit by two armies possibly. They really need to get like the Chevaliers over here, put some pressure on maybe the Austrian flank. I do understand if he just has one cav, why he would not want to throw that cav away though. So If his skirmishers can dominate the fight, then, you know, there's no need. France is advancing. Lan's advancing, going past this cavalry. They are going for that left flank now. You can see they have taken some heavy losses here. This artillery is going to make it pain for them. And, ooh, actually getting a good volley off on that cavalry. But looks like with Bernadotte, or sorry, not Bernadotte, Massena behind him, Lans is going to advance for this flank. I don't know how well this whole fight's going to go with such a, I mean, so much artillery and skirmishers in this field. Austria is doing a beautiful job of making this whole advance, excuse me, pain. And you can see they're forming up here. And France does have a road. They can easily get into melee here. They're probably going to need to. They haven't used their cav yet, but over on this side, it looks like Russia is getting into the thick of it here. Both sides getting some volleys off. It looks like both sides took some losses
our
there.
general is under attack.
But of course, you have a flank, so I would hope that Saxony would push up and help support this fight so they can actually turn this flank. Alright, so we have heavy cav shifting up to the front lines. Austria, it looks like they are going to hold their ground. In fact, get a volley off. Some grenadiers in the front lines. Oh boy. You do not want to expose those guys to fire. You want them to be saved from melee. Alright, so it looks like Russia is going to be setting up some artillery in the front lines. Now, that's not a bad strategy. You just got to be prepared that the enemy is going to throw cav, infantry, and anything else at this to ruin it, because canister, guys, is deadly. And that is deadly. Like, that is so deadly. His dragoons are going to be trying to hold off. You can see Austria's going to actually fall back. They don't like that one bit. And Russia has been able to use their artillery basically to force the Austrians back. And now may even start an attack of their own, especially with Saxony, or Bernadotte, as I'll just call him, pushing up. Artillery gonna keep trying to inflict as much pain as possible. This battle is turning out to be in two different spots at once. You see now Massena is going to be marching across an artillery stricken plain. I mean, like, there's artillery everywhere. This is gonna be putting a hurt on them. Now, Austria and the UK, here come the UK are here. In fact, the UK have some very large units of infantry. They are setting up, or not. This is what I would do if I was the coalition here. Sorry, guys, I have a cold, so that's why I keep clearing my throat. It's probably extremely annoying. I would have Austria hold the line, and I have the UK take the flank. The UK can be treated like light infantry, but it looks like the UK are actually going to just hold on their own. With possibly some backing for Austria. Alright, so Austria does not like that one bit. They are having a hard fallback. Probably going to run back to where their guns are and use their guns to reinforce that position. Over on this side, it looks like France was going to, but is not anymore. And now I don't know what France is going to do. In fact, it looks like Austria is actually counterattacking, pushing across, going to help hit that flank while they're engaging here. Wow. Austria, the coalition is playing very well, I would say. They are playing very well. We do have some cavalry pushing up here. Where are they going? This is Chester Cheval. And they are going to go in against this square. They're going to lose their lights. Yeah, I would have fallen back right away. Do we have more cavalry charging? Oh, we do, and then we have some heavies pushing up as well. Oh no, they performed a square. So we have some heavies pushing up here. This could be a huge push here. As Austria knows their units are screwed, they're going to charge in some hussars and try to stop these heavies from pushing up. France is now pushing in their heavies, throwing in some grenadiers. I think they're going to try to make them form square, but it's not going to work. As now their grenadiers and heavies are going to push up. Austria, unfortunately, got a little too close to France. It is going to get singed by those flames. As now we have a huge wall from Saxony that can start pushing up here. This could easily become the beginning of the end. Look at all this heavy cav. Now, Austria does not have a lot of squares. And watch the mass rout begin. Oh my gosh. Austria is just getting pummeled here. Of course, these Carabiniers are probably going to die. But they've probably inflicted a lot of loss. Yeah, on this Austrian line. And now more cavalry is charging against Chasseurs Cheval. We have the Cuirassiers. We have more Cuirassiers to support this charge of Hussars. They're intercepting them, so yeah, they're going to have to charge in head-on with heavy cav. Not going to go well for them. You can see they took heavy losses almost immediately. And Austria is starting to break in the center. We do have Russia pushing up here. Oh, that artillery doing really well for Austria, though, forcing them to take heavy losses as they push up. But is Russia going to go in for that melee? We have Dragoons going to charge in against those skirmishers. Austria reforming their line as best they can. France needs to be cautious they don't overextend themselves when they're heavy cav. The UK are pushing strong on their flank. Very dangerous still. Here go more Cuirassiers charging in. Austria could take some heavy losses here. As France is going to rush up some infantry, try to reinforce this line. They have managed to hold back here. Those Dragoons took out that skirmishers. Oh, Russia is going into melee as well here. Austria does not do well in melee, guys. Now we have Dragoons charging against some Chevaliers. Clashing. So it's just all-out melee almost. I mean, there's some shooting, fighting. These Cuirassiers are very tired. They probably should get themselves out of there. But light infantry now is charging in. Here we got a countercharge of Hussars. Or no, Lancers. Yeah, Hussars. From Austria charging in. Maybe trying to drive back these Cuirassiers. More and more heavy cav. You can see that France is just massing for that spearhead right through here. This is where the weak point is. Austria was actually really falling back. France needs to get very cautious. They don't push up too fast because their men will be exhausted, as you can see. And they're going to start losing them against those volleys of Austrian units. Austria is losing quite a lot of troops here against Russia. They did a countercharge, it looks like, of their own line infantry. Doing decently well. Russia's going to rush up their reserves, no pun intended. Yeah, Russia is definitely pummeling through Austria's defenses here. I mean, these infantry are holding as best they can. Uh-oh. That's a mistake. Get it? Because it's the charge of stakes. So Austria is holding this part of the line, but they are... Oh, no. The Garde du Corps. The Garde du Corps. The Garde du Corps just sacrificed themselves.
Running, sir.
But here we go. Russia, or Austria, is starting to have a real problem here. This flank just keeps turning on them. They keep losing their flank because France is just closing in here. This is a problem. You see, actually, the UK are going to fall back here. I think they should have kept turning a little bit and started gunning down because France is charging in with all their infantry. They're going for that full-on melee.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest awhile.
Like, they're going, oh, wow, look at that. Okay, you're not able to see it very well, but look at this. It's just constant cav charges, constant bayonet charges. It is just absolute chaos on this fight. Russia has almost squashed the Austrians in the hill as they are getting hit by 2 armies at once. Austria is going to take some heavy losses. Austria is still holding the center against Bernadotte, but their flank is about to get hit pretty hard by Messina.
Running, sir.
The UK, I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, they're going to be the last line of defense as France. Whether or not they took heavy losses, if UK was sitting here, they could have, you know, done something really big there. Maybe they were trying to get away from the mass rout that would be caused by Austria, which does affect your men. It does cause the morale to waver here, which is why it looks like the coalition is going to fall back as best they can along the entire board here. I mean, the UK are pretty healthy. They can't melee, so, you know, that part's not too promising for them. Are they sending some cavalry in? Oh, some blue horse. Potentially hitting some heavies. That's right. Swing and clashy clash those swords. Yeah, they should be able to drive back. Oh, wow. They formed some squares here. The UK desperately holding on here. Guys, look at this fight. I know it's, like, difficult to get all the models, but look at that. Even without, you know, zooming in.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
It's an all-out fight. Here we go. We have more cavalry charging it against Austrian infantry. We have a countercharge of some lancers here as well. Russia's pretty healthy still. They're going to push up. I mean, he lost some of his troops, but Austria's almost gone on this side. I think they're going to form up with what's left here. Maybe use that courtyard. The UK going to probably just hold right here, I'm assuming. Maybe try to hurt. Okay, here's the blue horse. It looks like they hit a square of grenadiers. And this is going to be a very obvious victory for the French. Excuse me. Yeah, that melee, it was looking so good at first for Austria, and then I think Austria pushed up a little too close right here, which I would have probably done that too. You see France extending themselves, hit the flank, you know? But at the same time, you would win a shooting fight, especially the UK pushing that flank. You probably have to push in the center.
Our men are running, sir.
I understand what they were thinking, though, which it makes sense. You know, that part does make sense. I'm hitting that flank. You see it exposed, you have to hit it. It was just unfortunate that their melee just is not that good. Ooh, we have some Scottish. Some Black Watch maybe, or something like that. Marching, knowing that behind them the fight is raging. They see Austria not winning here. You see Russia, the traitorous Russians, pushing their allies' flank here.
Our men are running,
This
sir.
looks like just a mass of confusion. But here we go. The UK are going to start really inflicting losses here. Lons has got to be careful because the UK still have that machine gun reload skill and accuracy. You got to watch out for that. Especially considering they probably have some exhausted, very tired units. Yeah, I see a lot of very tired. UK should be very aggressive here. Even if these guys want to close into melee, they're tired. A lot of them are very tired. You could afford to get up close, force them to be a little defensive or aggressive here. The UK could break them. Now we do have some guard troops running forward. They're gonna go for that bayonet charge. Can the UK chew them up before they get there? They're really dropping them fast. Oh no, that was suicide. They are wavering, guys. Although here comes the infantry, they sacrifice some. Here's some grenadiers pushing with some cavalry. This could be it. He's falling back these units. He's gonna form a square. He knows that this unit is probably lost. These heavies could possibly really start to get shot to pieces here. He's gonna follow him up, follow him back. We got some bayonet charges now from very active troops. Someone got a shot up in the face. Oh, France. Oh, France. They are about to unleash all things crazy upon the British. And that's how you defeat the coalition, guys. We do have Austria trying to hold in these LOCs. Russia and Saxony are gonna, or Bernadotte are trying to hold this town against them. Austria is still holding this line, but the UK are really starting to get hurt on a melee here. Now they do have, I think this is light infantry. Countercharging here. We have a square shooting, so France needs to be very cautious here. They have caved the right flank almost totally. Unfortunately, the UK are going to fall back. So this is the thing. When it comes to builds, you always want to make sure as a coalition you have at least one heavy melee infantry capable faction like Russia or I'm blanking on any of the others. But, you know, having something, because right now I think the coalition brought a very shooty build. Now, I'm not saying that you can't win with these factions against the French, but it's a lot harder because France just has to... You saw how easy it is for France to close in and just start stabbing away. Start just punching holes with their bayonets and their cavalry. It's a lot harder to stand back and just shoot. Unless you have a more inexperienced player as France who doesn't know better how to close in the gaps, aka me. This Scottish unit is doing beautiful holding. In fact, for the UK, well done. Putting some flanking units here. I would have kept these guys in a square formation. But they caused a huge rout on France. Like, Massena took a huge loss there because of that Black Watch. I'm assuming that's what they're called. Russia's still pushing up here. I know I've been covering it as much. But Russia is definitely still getting forced to push the retreating Austrians, who still have some reserves, might I add. And you can see they've taken quite a few losses now. However, Bernadotte still has plenty of musketeers, cheap units, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Austria is still in the center here. The UK have managed to disentangle themselves somewhat from the French. Pushing up here, as you can see, Lens and Massena have taken some pretty heavy losses with their infantry. It's mainly Bernadotte that has the largest army at this point. Now, the coalition is pretty weak, so I don't think this will be a problem. I don't foresee this being a problem. But we shall see. Maybe it is a problem. I mean, they still have cavalry. They have some cuirassiers, which, I'm sorry, but that many heavies... What are you gonna do? You know, what can you do against that many heavy cav? As bad as heavy cav usually is, it was fine here. I do like the
Our men are running, sir.
Melee capable French or UK units. There's quite a few Scots. Those guys are no joke. Here we go. Massena's gonna push up here, try to flank the UK as the coalition consolidate. Austria is actually pushing back. Wow, Austria is pushing back the Russians here. And the UK are attacking in the back lines here. Took out artillery. Took out a general.
Our men are running, sir.
So Russia not doing still too hot. I mean, they did really well in the initial push, but they've taken some pretty heavy losses. You can see they don't have a lot of troops left. They took the LOC. They have some grenadiers. They have a couple line infantry, but Austria is really pushing them back. So France and Bernadotte, Massena, and oh, what do we got going on here? We got a bayonet fight in the wheat field.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, they took it back. Wait, did they take it back? Building lost, yeah. Russia is going to have to start falling back. Austria holding together. Now France is going to have to basically push themselves up for just one more big push, I'd say. That's all they need. I mean, shoot, I don't even have to move the camera around. Russia looks like they are falling back over here. They are taking some losses. Austria managed to push them back, consolidated their troops after that first rout. Actually, maybe he fell back, probably. But here we go. We have Lance going for that flank. The UK are going to mass up to
Our
meet
men
him.
are running, sir.
Austria is going to be pouring in those volleys, and Austria is doing what Austria can, firing. Now we do have cavalry pushing up with the infantry. I honestly don't know the strategy for this. But these guys are active. They're not going to be able to charge in super fast. I would form square with these guys. But here we go. France is just going to start pummeling in here. It's the Scots. These guys are probably very tired compared to... Unless says they're shaking. Oh no. Alright, well, let's see. Oh, they broke. Yeah. That's one thing, guys. France has been very aggressive. Oh, wow. Austria still has cav in the back. This is not over yet. Here we go, though. More Cuirassiers going in against Austria. Austria did have some squares. France is going to charge those squares. This is it for this coalition side. They have to hold this side, which actually you can see this square is holding beautifully. Wow. And now we may have some Scots trying to support this fight here as the UK are pushing up. No, they're to fall back. Oh my gosh, Lons just had a huge rout here. And look at this, Massena is starting to have some wavering here. They are starting to break the Austrians, but it's not going too easy for them. What a comeback the coalition is making. France got too aggressive, I think. Maybe not, I don't know. But you can see here, Bernadotte's infantry are not going to do too hot against Austria. And we have units facing the wrong way. Oh, they got one volley off before they got slammed by some Ulanen. But they could still... Oh, they broke some of Bernadotte's reserves. Where's the howitzers coming from? The howitzers just got set up. Okay, so France is obviously having to fall back here. They just... Wow. They just got struck back. They did melee a little too long, I think, and their units were just very tired. Rushing units forward, yes, it works, but over a period of time, your morale and everything else just becomes awful. With Russia, unfortunately, taking some heavy losses for this LOC. And, I mean, they took some heavy losses over here as well. I mean, they did rush up and they did melee, but they did take some losses here. At least I think that is what happened. Now Austria and the UK may actually be the ones who are going to counterattack here. France needs that artillery if they have it. I bet you they don't have artillery. I bet you Austrian Lancers took it out. They still have some heavies. They need to rest their troops. They need a break, which is why the coalition is attacking. France needs a break in order to rest their men up if they want to even hope to defeat the coalition. I mean, their units all need to stop moving. They need to rest. But Austria is not going to give them that chance. Austria and the UK are going to start attacking. Yeah, look at this counterattack. They even have the talent. Like, that's crazy. Like, the comeback that is being made by the coalition after taking such heavy losses. Cavalry is still there. Alright, these guys are fresh. It's a big, beefy unit. Cavalry is gonna form up. They know they need to help out here. At least they still have the cav. But yeah, this fight is definitely waging. I mean, look at the morale, though. Their morale is wavering because they're getting shot at. And that could cause a mass morale loss for this entire army. They need to get their general in here. A general, if they have one. Although I don't see any French generals in this fight anymore. So, if Austria just pushed this really hard, aka just start shooting at it, which they're doing, I guess, but be more aggressive. You could cause a mass rout with the French. Oh, yeah, I don't even have to move this anymore. We can just sit right here and watch. The morale, here we go. The UK are pushing up some of their line infantry. I think they're feeling pretty confident they could get up and get a volley and force the French to fall back, but they probably are taking some pretty heavy losses there. Oh, can they break the French? Uh-oh, I see some morale issues. Oh, another one. Oh no, France is gonna start. Is this gonna be a mass rout? Oh man. Okay, so yeah, we have Bernadotte trying to help. We have cavalry in the back lines, but this whole yellow, red, orange is just not a good sign. It really isn't. Yeah, they're gonna fall back before they take heavy losses. Let Bernadotte take some of that fight. You know these are the squarables. That's why they have them there. If only France had a general. If only. Alright, so we only have 20 minutes left. No one's really focused on LOCs, except for, of course, this one, which Austria has taken back. Bernadotte is going to maybe push up the rest of his line infantry. He does still have some cavalry. France needs to use their cav. I don't know if they're letting the units rest up. Alright, well, there's no exhausted troops anymore, so they are resting. And this line is looking a little better. Morale-wise. And Austria, unfortunately, may not have enough to actually be able to make a really decisive push here, which is why the coalition is falling back once more and why the French are advancing once more. Their morale seems to have stabilized. But honestly, all those French troops that ran past them, all these troops, probably did not help the morale. Like you said, morale really can get affected. Oh, do we have the French cavalry on the left here trying to push up, maybe? Oh, they're going in, and these guys cannot form square. Oh, they're taking losses. Oh, they're going for the general here. And a bayonet charge. Alright, so here comes France. France is committing here. They have to, and can they break? Oh, the Crosshaires broke. Alright, here we go. This is for all the marbles. I feel like France has to push here. Going with the bayonet charge. Sending in their heavies. Yep. This is it. This is it. That's heavy. Looks like some Crosshaires are able to make it a little more effective, that charge by the line infantry, the provincial line infantry. And looks like France is going to also throw in the remaining reserves. So the UK did push up on the flank, possibly to help out to take out Bernadotte. But it looks like now the coalition is on their last leg. Looks like whatever reserves they had. He's getting charged here by the French. France is going to, whether or not they're wavering or not, they are going to commit to this bayonet fight. Holding the courtyard. Yeah, that's probably not gonna work too well here. Yeah, France managed to finally make a decisive attack here. I think ultimately what it's gonna be is this heavy cav really has saved this French alliance, because I don't think they had enough infantry to actually make an effective attack here. Somehow the generals for both the coalition are still alive, which is probably what's holding this coalition army together. There are some Austrian reserves pushing up as well. Malachi, stop. Sorry, I have someone about trying to turn my computer off. Alright, anyway. This is me about it. I gotta say, I like how both sides played. I love the pushback that Austrian paid with the Russia over here, and then even pushing up on Bernadotte. Now, I don't think it's going to matter in the end, obviously. But Austria did not just collapse, which at first I thought maybe that's what was going to happen with this fight. I thought maybe Austria was going to kind of get rolled over. But, you know, that didn't happen. Austria made quite the stand. But I think France has actually lost most of their infantry again. Somehow it keeps happening where they just lose it all. Like, look at all this routing infantry. Man, so there's 2 line infantry left. Bernadotte's over here, so I honestly, this fight, I mean, Bernadotte has quite a lot of infantry, but it's not the greatest. It's a lot of musketeers, a lot of Saxon line infantry. With France basically mass routing, the cav gone, the coalition could easily still win this. They have the LOC, in fact. I think they actually may take this. There's someone way back here. Yeah, they're going all the way to the 4-pointer, just in case, just to keep an LOC victory. And, Bernadotte's going to basically try to hold Austria in place for the remaining 14 minutes. It is raining. Wow, look at that. Like, the French just mass routed.
No.
It was just a mass rout. The French, I've never seen the French mass in so much. I think Bernadotte's probably just gonna do a falling back game. Let's see what they do here. They have that howitzer still. They're still holding. Like I said, though, their infantry, it's meh. They do have some French lines as well, though, so they do have some good quality infantry. They still have some cavalry, but with the shooting capabilities that the coalition have on their side, it's not going to be too easy. And yeah, they're going to start falling back here. I'm just going to fast forward here. We can watch it happen in fast time because, I mean, honestly, Austria has nothing left, really. And the UK don't have a whole lot left either. I think I see 1 or 2 units. Oh, no, they're fighting here. Can Saxony hit that flank with the overwhelming numbers before they break to Austria? Because Austria still has some thick units, and these are really, really good lineups for Austria. Do we have some Chevaliers charging over? Looks like Bernadotte's going to try to commit here. Oof. They definitely committed here. Here's a huge bayonet charge. Howitzers are going overhead as well. We got some grenadiers charging in as well. They're trying. And actually Bernadotte seems to be doing a decent job of driving back the Austrians, forcing the generals to push up here. But wow, Austria just had a huge loss there. Well coordinated. I think they lost their Chevaliers. Yeah, they did. But they did what they were supposed to. And now some Austrian line infantry is trying to countercharge, maybe force back Bernadotte's flank. Because now Bernadotte can swing around and start caving in this small side that's left. These clutch charges on both sides, or just clutch plays on both sides, is just super impressive to watch. I'm really enjoying it. And the fact of the matter is, this battle has gone is going to probably go basically the entire length. We have 9 minutes left. So it's going to be a very close battle. We do have line infantry charging the Austrians. Austria, unfortunately, is going to start falling back. They have lost too many lines of infantry. So Bernadotte's just going to commit here to standing. He's going to lose this unit right here. They're wavering already. One or two more shots, they're going to break. Yep, Austria's wavering. At this point, you know, I would commit. I mean, Russia's about to take this 4-pointer. At that point, you know, just charge in and, you know, die. Or, like, either side. You have the British general here. Where is he going? We have tons of generals for the coalition who are still alive. Almost all of them, in fact. Let's fast forward here a little bit. So any second now, Russia's probably, I mean, that was an L3 line of tree. They're going to go for that 4-pointer. And you can see Austria's starting to just fall apart here. They don't have enough troops. They just lost too many in the very beginning.
We have taken a building, sir.
And they took that 4-pointer, so that will end this. Most likely, oh, wait. Uh-oh. We do have some UK troops. Oh, no. See, these guys could easily take this LOC from Russia. These guys have better stats by far, and they are marching up and down to take some more LOCs to ensure. So basically, they need to take this 3-pointer and take some other points. They do have some infantry way over here, which looks like they're going to march maybe over to this 1-pointer, perhaps. They did take this 3-pointer, which is good. So basically, it's going to come down to we'll just keep a tally on the points here in a second.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Okay. All right, so Austria has a 1-pointer versus a 3-pointer. Russia is going to try to outshoot the UK. These guys are fresh. All right, Russia, it's up to you. Imagine being told, boys, we are hit. Okay, you guys can actually hit your targets. That'd be amazing. They missed every shot. How can you miss every shot? You miss every shot, and then, you know, it becomes more disastrous and embarrassing.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'll keep fast forwarding here. I thought they were going to be rage a little war here. They have 45 seconds. Okay, never mind. All right, so we've been fast forwarding. They have 30 seconds. They have to hold for that short amount of time. He's going to get in here. All right, guys, we have 3. Oh, he's going to win. Wow. The clutch play in the very end. Uh-oh. Oh no, they're wavering. No, they have 0 seconds. Oh, they held. Oh my gosh. They held. They were about to break, but they held. Wow. What a game. So it was not a draw, actually. It was an Imperial win by LOC. Although they won the actual battle as well. So yeah, we can see here the losses that were taken. 1130, killed 13. You can see that Lons killed quite a few, 1788. This looks like Massena took 14, 12 and 13 was how much they took. Yeah, it looks like Leshang Killed 12, brought 6, had 1,600 losses, 11. We have 7 and 8. So, yeah, a fleet playing as the the UK held pretty well. I was impressed with that hold that he made on the right flank and in the center right before falling back to over here, where they held once again beautifully and even counterattacked. So, I would not be disappointed to have been anyone on that battlefield. So, what a good battle! What a good battle! I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me. Still trucking away, and I'll get the next video out when I have a free moment, guys. So you all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.